All right. All right, so I think we have just about everyone. If this is your first time practicing with me, I think you've all practiced with me before, but I'm Helena, and welcome to Yoga for Flexibility. This class is taught in the style of Yin Yoga, which we'll be using the props that you have on your mat, so 2 blocks, a blanket, and a bolster to help support some active stretching that we'll be going through this evening. We'll be holding these poses anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes with a little bit longer for savasana. And I'll be giving a few different variations as we go through. But if what I offer does not feel good in your body, please feel free to come out of the pose and either take a pose that does feel good to you or give me a quick wave and we can kind of explore together some different variations that may feel good in your body. Like I said, we have about 3 to 5 minutes, so we have plenty of time to explore if you'd like. Also, as we go through, if you need anything else besides what you have on your mat, if you would like extra blocks or an extra blanket, again, just give me a wave. I'm happy to grab whatever you need to make your practice comfortable for you this evening. To start, we're going to take our blanket and unfold it so that it's folded in 4s. And then once you have that blanket unfolded, fold it short end to short end. So you have kind of this almost square shape. And then fold it long end to long end, so you have like this long rectangle shape. And then from here, go ahead and place that about of the third of the way down the mat. And then come to sit with your back facing away from the folded blanket. And we're going to lean back on that blanket, and you want the blanket to support the shoulder blades, so all the way at the bottom of the shoulder blades, but the tops of the shoulders are going to rest on the mat. So you may need to move where it's positioned a little bit. It's going to start to create space in your chest. Now from here, you can let the legs come long if you'd like. But if you feel any uncomfortableness or discomfort in the lower back, I invite you to bring the soles of the mat or feet to the mat, open them about mat width apart, and then let the knees rest together. The hands can either rest alongside the body. They can rest one on top of the belly, one on top of the chest, or sometimes it can feel good to cactus the arms above the head and really allow the chest to have space to open. You can start to let the eyes come closed or begin to soften the gaze. And start to let the attention begin to rest on the breath as it flows in and out through the nose, the sounds of the room. No need to change anything about the breath at this time. Just notice how it feels flowing in and out of the body. Maybe noticing the belly rise and fall, the chest expand and contract. The space around the heart grow and then settle towards the mat. letting the mind rest with this breathing body in this space. Take 3 deep breaths together. Begin to exhale through the nose. Then inhale deeply into the nose, drawing the air deep into the abdomen. And when you reach the top, open the mouth, sigh it out the mouth. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. Biggest breath of the day so far. Exhale out the mouth. Let the breath return to normal. And when you're ready, slowly begin to roll over to one side, taking a moment to rest there. And eventually making your way back to a comfortable seated position. Take your blanket and open it up once again so that it's folded in 4s, and place it down on the mat. And we're going to use this as some cushion for the knees. We're going to be moving into child's pose. So you can come to your hands and knees, making your way into table. And then big toes come to touch, step the knees open, about mat width apart, and then sit back on the heels at first. 2 options. You can begin to make your way into child's pose from here, dropping your head down to the mat or a block. Or if you're looking for a little more of a restorative option tonight, you can take your bolster and place it lengthwise on the mat so that the end of the bolster rests on the inside of the thighs, and either leave it flat or take your blocks and place one on the medium setting, one on the shortest setting, and then begin to rest the upper body on the bolster from here. Let the attention continue to rest on the breath in this pose. And And I invite you to explore extending your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales. No need to count. Just set an intention to allow the exhales to lengthen. And as the exhales lengthen, begin to let the body get heavier towards the mat or the bolster. About halfway through our hold, so if you're resting your head on one side, option to switch to the other side here. Option to continue to rest right where you are, or step the knees open a little bit wider than mat width, coming into tadpole, getting a little bit more into the hips. Take 5 more full breaths here. Start to press into the hands, walk them back towards the knees, and come back to sit on your heels. You can bring the knees a little bit closer together. Take the bolster, if you have it on the mat, move it off to the side as well as the blocks. And then once again, come to a seated position. And take your blanket and leave it folded in 4s, but lay it down in front of you lengthwise. And then roll it long end to long end so you create this long noodle shape. Perfect. Okay. You can set this off to the side for now. We're going to be setting up for butterfly, and there's 2 different options. So as you start to make your way into butterfly, you have the option to fold forward over your legs or recline backwards. So if you are going to choose to recline, take your bolster and once again place it lengthwise on the mat behind you. And again, you can leave it flat or you can create that ramp once again, placing one block on its middle setting, one block on its lowest setting, giving you an incline there. Then if you're taking the reclined version, you'll come to sit with your back against the bottom of the bolster and bring the soles of your feet to touch and let the knees start to fall open. Take that rolled blanket, place it over top of the ankles, and then wrap it around the shins to give yourself some support for the knees and hips. And then when you're ready, you can start to lean back on the bolster, allowing the shoulders to come to either side. If you're taking a forward fold in this position, you're welcome to just fold over the legs, or you can take that bolster and lay that on top of the ankles, and then use that to support the arms and potentially make a nice little pillow with the palms of your hands for your forehead. Continue to let the attention rest on the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Allow your inhales to draw all the way down into the hips and the sits bones, connecting them with the ground beneath them. And as you exhale, allow the knees to begin to release and the shoulders begin to release down the bolster. Anyone would like any extra props or blocks for under the knees, just give me a wave. 5 more full breaths here. Maybe notice the space that you've created in the chest and around the heart. Regardless of whether you're folded forward or reclined, begin to make your way back up to a seated position. And you can remove any props from either on top of the body or behind you on the mat. You can remove the blanket from on top of the legs. We'll be moving into half butterfly, so extend the left leg out to the side and take that right leg and begin to move the foot towards the body. Few options here. You can take the blanket and you can place it underneath the left knee if you feel some pulling behind the knee. Or you can bring the left sole of the foot to the mat and bend that left knee all together. Be folding over the left leg. So you have the option to take that bolster and lay it near the left leg for support of the upper body. And then when you're ready, turn to face the left leg and begin to release down over that leg. Another option is to take the bolster and lay it lengthwise on top of the left leg. And give yourself a cushion for the upper body there. Option to take a block and place it underneath the right knee if that right leg needs some additional support. Your inhales continue to draw all the way into the sits bones, connecting them with the earth. Let the body feel fully supported. And as you exhale, ask what isn't needed that's being held in the body in this pose. And ask if it can be released. Maybe softening the face, softening the jaw, the shoulders, more breaths here. Begin to make your way back to sitting. You can remove the bolster off to the side. Remove any props that are underneath the legs. And then come to sit back on your hands for a moment. Bring both soles of the feet to the mat, about mat width apart, and take a few windshield wipers with the legs. Releasing some of the work that we did on the hips. And then find stillness. We'll begin to set up for the other side. Right knee extends out to the side. Left knee bends, drawing that left foot towards the body. Then ask yourself what this side needs. Maybe a blanket underneath the right knee, maybe a block underneath the left knee. Then find where you'll want to place the bolster if you want to rest on the bolster. And start to turn to face that right leg and begin to fold over the leg. Continue to let the inhales connect you to the earth. And let the exhales release anything that isn't needed in this moment. on this side. Begin to make your way back to seated. You can remove the bolster and any props that are underneath the legs. And then come back to sit on your hands or lean back on your hands one more time. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and come back to that windshield wiper motion. Eventually finding stillness. Make sure you have a block within arm's reach and start to make your way all the way down onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, bending the knees. And take a block in one hand. Begin to press into the soles of the feet and raise the hips off the mat. Slide that block underneath the hips. And then slowly begin to lower the hips back down onto the block. You should be able to have some space or to slide your hand underneath your lower back in the mat. If your block is in that space, just move it down a little bit. So just the hips and the pelvis rest on the block. And after you get settled here, maybe you want to bring your second block underneath the body, or stay right here resting on one block. Arms can rest alongside the body. Let the shoulders rest away from the ears, shoulder blades tuck under, leaving space for the neck and throat. An option to leave the soles of the feet on the mat, or you can explore extending the legs long. But if you feel any discomfort in the lower back, I invite you to bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Coming back to the intention to lengthen your exhales. Allowing each exhale to be slightly longer than the one before it. Taking 5 more full breaths here. If your legs are extended, begin to bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Press into those feet, lift the hips, and slide the block from underneath. And slowly lower the hips back down to the mat. Then draw the knees in towards the chest, giving them a little squeeze. Maybe finding a rock from side to side or drawing circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. And then find stillness, release the knees, stretch the legs out long, reach the arms overhead, take in a full body stretch. And then let the arms relax above the head. Moving into Bananasana, cross the right ankle over the left. Take the right wrist in the left hand or take alternate elbows. And then both arms and legs move towards the left side of the mat, creating a banana or a C shape with the body. Creating length along the right side. Maybe drawing in a few deep breaths. Creating space in between each one of the ribs on the right side. More breaths on this side. Begin to move the arms and legs back to center. Uncross the ankles. And then cross the left ankle over right. Either keep holding both elbows or take the left wrist in the right hand. And then both arms and legs move over to the right side of the mat this time, creating that C or banana shape on the other side. Lengthening the left side of the body. Maybe drawing in a few deep breaths through the nose to find some extra space in between the ribs on the left side. Breaths on this side. The arms and legs back to center, uncross the ankles. Release the arms, draw the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself one last little squeeze. Finding stillness, place the soles of the feet down on the mat for a moment. Lift the hips up and scooch them over an inch or two to the right side of the mat. And then draw the knees once again back into the chest. Keep the knees hugged in as you release the arms straight out to the side. And then let the knees fall over to the left side of the mat, coming in into a twist. Blocks can come underneath or between the knees or both. And if the right shoulder is hovering off the mat, use a block or a blanket to fill that space. Head can continue to look up towards the ceiling, or the head can turn to look over the right arm. Breaths here. Slowly begin to draw the knees back up into the chest. We give them a little squeeze. Then release the soles down to the mat just for a moment. Lift the hips and scooch them an inch or two over to the left side of the mat. Knees hug in once again. Arms extend straight out to the side, and then both knees fall over to the right side of the mat. And take note of what this side of the body needs, noticing where there's space between your body and the floor, and using the props to fill that space. more breaths here. Begin to draw the knees back into the chest. Maybe give them one last little squeeze. Then release the legs long on the mat. Begin to set up for savasana, maybe bringing the bolster underneath the knees. Using the blanket as a pillow or to cover the body. Option to leave the hands resting alongside the body. Let them come back, one on top of the chest, one on top of the belly, or let them cactus above the head. Opening up through the chest, creating space around the heart. staying for meditation. Option to stay right where you are or begin to make your way into whatever position feels supportive for you this evening. If you aren't staying for meditation, begin to deepen the breath and invite some movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, moving up into the ankles and wrists. And when you're ready, option to roll over to one side and take a few breaths there. And eventually make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope that you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you again next time. You're staying for meditation. Continue to let the attention rest on the breath as it flows in and out through the nose. Tonight's meditation will be moving into a loving kindness meditation. So option to leave your hands right where they are, or begin to let them rest on top of the heart space, one on top of the other. Connecting yourself with this part of the body, this energy center, this place of love. And notice the breath as it moves through this space. Either feeling the chest move underneath the palms of the hands, or just notice how the space rises and falls as the air moves in and out. And start to bring into your mind's eye something, someplace, or someone that you love. It can be anything or anyone. Anything or anyone still within this plane or something that has maybe moved on to another space. And as you picture this person, place, or thing in your mind's eye, notice the warmth or sensations that are created in the space around the heart. As you continue to keep this in your mind's eye, say to yourself, may you be happy. May you be well. And may you live in ease. May you be happy. May you be well, and may you live in ease. Begin to let the image of this thing start to fade from your mind's eye. Let it be replaced by something that you have neutral feelings towards. And as you gather the image of this person in your mind's eye, notice if you can bring about the same sensations of love that you felt for the person or thing before them. And as you cultivate these sensations within the body, look upon this person and say to them, may you be happy, may you be well, may you live in ease. May you be happy, may you be well, may you live in ease. And begin to let the image of this person begin to fade. And let it be replaced with the image of someone whom you may have complicated feelings towards, maybe even challenging. And as you look upon this person in your mind's eye, notice if you can cultivate the same sensations of love within the body. And as you look at them holding these sensations of love in the body, say to them, may you be happy, may you be well, may you live in ease. Allow any tension, anything that isn't needed to release from the body. Holding those sensations of love. May you be happy. May you be well. May you live in ease. Begin to let the image of this person begin to fade from your mind. And let it be replaced with an image of yourself. This version of you could be your current form, a past form, or a form that has yet to be. And as you hold this vision of yourself in your mind's eye, notice if you can cultivate the same sensations of love within the body. And as you hold yourself in those sensations of love, say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be well. May I live in ease. Continuing to hold this vision of yourself within your love. May I be happy. May I be well. May I live with ease. Let the image of yourself begin to fade and bring the attention on the sensations of love running through the body. Let these sensations grow so big that they expand into the room. Maybe envisioning them as a bright, warm light, radiating from the space around the heart, filling this space. Let this light expand to fill the studio. And let it pour out into the streets, expanding all the way around the city. It continues to expand through the state and the country. Imagine this warm light wrapping itself around the world, holding it in love. And say to all living beings, may we be happy. May we be well. May we live in ease. Noticing the expansion of your love. May we be happy. May we be well. May we live in ease. Begin to let the light move back into the country, into the state, and the city. Let it draw back into the studio and into the space, and let it settle back inside your heart. Begin to let the awareness once again rest on the body in this space, allowing the breath to deepen. If your hands aren't already there, option to bring them to rest one on top of the other above the heart space. Ending this practice with a few moments of gratitude. First, being grateful for yourself for taking time this evening for your practice. And for your body and all the amazing things it does throughout the day, and also for supporting the practice this evening. Knowing that whatever showed up on the mat tonight, whatever shapes the body took, were perfect just as they were. And calling to mind anything else you would like to share a few moments of gratitude for. Grateful to have led your practice this evening and for the energy that you shared with me in this space. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Can start to let the hands begin to rest away from the heart space. And if you're on your back, begin to invite movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, making circles with the ankles and wrists. An option to stay right where you are. Begin to roll over to one side, taking a few breaths there. Then making your way back to a comfortable seated position. And slowly let the eyes open and take in the light of the space. Thank you all very much for joining me this evening. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.